Hi. I recently saw a video by Finzar who uploaded, I think, a subtitle tutorial either today or yesterday, and he made the claim that the caption feature on Premiere Pro is useless for making gaming subtitles. And this is kind of a rebuttal of that. I want to show you a way to do it, to use these captions. It's not quite as flexible as we'd probably like it to be, but you can use it, and it's very useful if you're doing like 20-minute videos and you need captions. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to this captions bar up here. Needless to say, you should do this as pretty much your last step. Otherwise, you're gonna have to probably redo this several times. Anyways, we're gonna click Transcribe Sequence, and you can do mix, but if you have multiple audio tracks, say you have dialogue, music, sound effects, then just go with your dialogue track, which is audio 1 for me. Transcribe in to out. Normally it doesn't matter. It just depends on what you want to transcribe. Merge output, that doesn't matter for us. Opt into recognizing when different speakers are talking. That could be useful if you're doing like different colored subtitles. I haven't tested it with that, but if you're doing one person, this is gonna work perfectly fine. So you hit transcribe and then you wait. You go get a sandwich. You go get a drink of water. Make sure you drink some water. It is Thursday morning for me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday morning. And look at that, we are already done. So now you can see here. All right, we've got this. And if I click, it's going to jump to the point in the video where it is talking. And I can split this up. Say I want to go to cuz and split it up. That's kind of a weird place to put it. I'll do it at the eye. I can split it into two different segments. And we can do this later as well. So you can kind of see it's not quite 100% accurate, but I can go in and fix this. So I can do the lions. From here we go to create captions, and we have a ton of different stuff we can do. I don't know if one of these matters more than the other. Doesn't matter to me. I'll just leave it. Subtitle default, yep. Subtitle default, yep. Style, if you have a text style, if you know what that is. If you don't, go look it up. If you have a text style, you can incorporate it automatically into your captions. So if you have one like you like to use every time. So your maximum length in characters is how many characters, not words, how many characters. So like A, L, L, and then space are 4 characters. You want on a line. If you want less, I'm not clicking by the way, it just does this sometimes. Stop it, let go. I believe the minimum is 26. Minimum duration in seconds. You might as well put that down to 1.2. And then gap between captions and frames, just leave it at 0. And then we do not want double lines, we want single lines. They'll stack on top of each other otherwise, and then we'll create our captions. And you can see they've appeared here in a new line, and you can see our captions are down here, kind of tiny. So let's go with my favorite, what's the one I use, Cabal. And we're gonna increase the font on that. Bold it. It's already center aligned, and it's down in this position. Fill, we want a stroke, we want a black stroke, we want it about, I think I do 18 or 8 normally. And then we want that stroke to be round. And then we have a shadow. We can update all of the captions on the track just by clicking this arrow.
We've got this.
So this is our captions right now.
Oh, what am I doing?
If you want things split like this, let's see where he says underrated.
I think is both underrated.
So then we can cut literally on the timeline and then edit this to say underrated and then get rid of underrated here. And then obviously this is too long, so we're going to shorten this. They should still add finer controls for this, for animations and stuff, but I'm going to now show you how to do the animation part. I'm just going to kind of forego all of the timing stuff on this. You can do that on your own time. If you don't know, you can go to the rolling edit tool, N, and click this like transition between them, and just it'll move it like that. So what we do now is we turn off this layer, and we're going to turn off all of our layers, in fact. And we're only going to export our text. And for this, we need QuickTime. GoPro Cineform RGB 12-bit with alpha. I'm sure there's other ones you can use. I do not care. And then I'm going to click animation just because we have to go to captions, export captions, or export options, and go to burn captions into video. That will make them show up. If you don't do that, they won't show up. And then export it. So we have our captions now baked in. It has audio. That was my bad. Don't turn the audio on. Just drag it over where you need it. And this is not going to be quite as simple as I wanted it to be, because scene edit detection for some reason doesn't read these captions as like different things. I don't know why. Maybe they're just too similar. But so this is kind of a workaround I had to come up with on the fly for this. But so what we're going to do is we're going to lock this layer, and we're going to lock this layer, our subtitle and our main comm, and we're going to lock this audio too. And we're gonna lock every layer except for our newly placed captions. And now we have to cut out all this dead air, right? And we have to individualize these clips. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can drag, press E, click, delete, drag, press E, drag, press E. E is cut on my keyboard. Or what we can do is we can just press down. I have this bound to 7 on the number pad. Press down, E, down 7, down, E, down 7, down, E, down 7. And what 7 is, for me at least, it's not bound by default for some reason. Or I don't think it's bound by default. I don't know, my keyboard is crazy. It's trim previous edit to playhead. You're gonna need to set that. So trim previous edit to playhead. It's not ripple trim, it's just trim. And that's 7 on the number pad for me. So we can go down. Make sure these are on too. These are track targeted. So you want one for your captions, you want one for, well, you don't really need it for this one. But you want it for the captions. So E, down 7. E. And for these you can just cut. But whenever there's a gap, you want to hit 7. And then gap, 7, cut, 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 cut. 7, cut, 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 cut. And then we can just delete this last one. And now, they're all here.
We got this.
Now we can add animations. So if I have scale bounce in, this is not going to look right.
We've got this.
For me, because it's not supposed to be down here because it's centered here. But if we have the anchor point at this point,
we've got this.
We have our little scale in animation. So we can copy paste it here. Just make sure it works.
All right.
And then we can all that. And now we have animations on all of these.
I don't mind the lines losing just because I want the draft pick.
And then we can move these around. We can be like, whoa, he doesn't want the draft pick. Whoa. Let's say that we have to change something about them. Say I don't like the color of white. I want blue instead. And I'm going to go to Essential Graphics. We're going to change the color to, let's say, that's like a little too hard to read. This nice cyan color. We're going to update all the captions on the track so everything's blue now. And just to kind of demonstrate my point a little better, I'm going to even animate the rotation of this. Well, actually, we'll add an effect. We'll add gentle shake to it, and we'll make that 100.
We've got
so now this text specifically has the shake on it. And the goal here is not to have to redo that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn off our layer, and we're going to turn our subtitle layer back on with our change. So we want all our text to be blue now. So, and we're going to keep everything the exact same. Captions burned to captions, no audio. And now I just named it something different. And then export. So now instead of bringing our footage in here, we're going to right click on our captions and replace footage. And I named it Captions 2. Select OK.
We've got this.
There we go. I've still got the shake.
Oh, what am I doing?
And we still got the scale. Easy peasy. Easy way of replacing things if you make a mistake. If you have to add captions, it might be a little more difficult, but beyond that, this is kind of the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. So yeah. So say if we don't want to re-render again and we want to change this to like red or whatever, we type in HLS. Oops. And we go to our caption and we drag it onto the caption file, not onto the clip. We click a clip, go to the source, and this is the master. And then you can change the color to like this red. You don't have ultimate control over this, but this is now a different red, and they're all red. So yeah, there you go. Quick and easy change if you want. I hope this was helpful. It's at least another tool in your toolbox. This is probably more useful for like 20-minute videos or whatever. I haven't tested this with like multiple speakers or anything. So if anyone wants to, figure that out and let me know how that goes, feel free. I would recommend splitting it into 2 separate speakers and then importing them as separate caption files. So if you need to change the color for one speaker, it's way easier. But that's just my recommendation. Anyways, thanks.